It's a culmination of years of preparing to be the man that I trust God wanted me to be. I've trusted the Father so much to know His timing is right in all of this.
In the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth, all of which He said was good. After creation was completed, there was one thing that He said that was not good, and that was the loneliness of man. He decided to create the perfect partner for man by using man. God put Adam to sleep, took one of his ribs, shaped Eve with His own hands, and thus saving the best creation for last, woman was created. Thank God. This, at last, is bone of my bones, flesh of my flesh. She shall be called woman, because she was taken out of the man.
And when I met Donnie, it seemed so effortless. It was almost like all of the years of praying made sense when I met him.
Here is love, vast as the ocean, loving kindness as the flood. When the Prince of Life, our ransom, shed for us His precious blood. Who His love will not remember, who will cease to sing His praise, who can never be forgotten throughout heaven's eternal days. On the mount of crucifixion, fountains open deep and wide. Through the floodgates of God's mercy flowed a vast and gracious tide. Grace and love like mighty rivers, poured and sent from above, and heaven's peace and perfect justice kissed a guilty world in love. Before we even knew God, He loved us. And not only that, but we are only able to love Him because He first loved us. How can love fade when our very capability to love comes from Him? I pray that you, being rooted and established in love, may have power together with the Lord's holy people to grasp how wide and long and high and deep is the love of Christ, and to know that this love surpasses knowledge, that you may be filled to the measure of all the fullness of God.
All of those things that you store up in your heart and you just keep between you and God. Those things that maybe you felt like were too big of an ask, and it feels like a fulfillment of promise. And it feels, I don't want to say too good to be true because it's who God is, that He is good.
Jesus in the Last Supper was not just establishing a new covenant, but was inviting us to a marriage with Him. Whenever we take communion, it is not to reflect on our former or present sins. It is to remember the forgiveness and the purchase our Savior made. It is to remember that we have been pursued and have entered into not just a beautiful new covenant, but a beautiful marriage with Jesus. In communion, the bread signifies how the body of Jesus was broken and bruised so that we may receive peace and healing. And the wine signifies that His blood was shed for us, so now that we are clean and righteous and made whole.
I, Donald,
Take you, Paige.
I, Paige, take you, Donald. Know and love
and honor you
all the days of my life.
Nice.
All right, everyone, this is the moment we've all been waiting for. I now pronounce you husband and wife. You may kiss the bride.
So when we were on the beach, she hugged me. under all that wind and all that crazy storm, you know, like the rain's hitting your face, and I recognized, oh, this is a woman that can find the joy in the midst of really difficult things. That just really confirmed something in me, knowing that I had someone to walk with in the difficult days that life naturally brings. Knowing that I'm with someone that I was like, oh, she'll make it. We'll make it together. We can do this. It was one of those split-second things, which is often, I think, the voice of God. It's found in the quick split-second whispers. And I had peace. And then proposed to her about a half hour later. So,
Naturally.
so naturally I proposed 30 minutes later. So.